Research is the process by which, like, we try to find out the answers of some questions, whatever questions we have, and that question is your topic. तो हमारे दिमाग में जो टॉपिक है, मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ आवर एक्सपीरियंसेस, मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ like our work that we are doing, and we are trying to find out कि there are certain phenomena and why that phenomena is happening, what are the causes behind that, what is the relationship between two things, we call it variables. So all those things we study, and it is very important because understand, we may have some opinions also, like you all like are from different states, so you may have some opinion about the people of other states, like you may say कि like यूपी के लोग हैं ये ऐसे होते हैं, मुंबई के लोग ऐसे होते हैं, और दिल्ली के लोग ऐसे होते हैं, राजस्थान के लोग ऐसे होते हैं, that kind of opinion you may have. And क्यों है? क्योंकि you have observed something, or you have like some information from someone, or you have learned that those things in your family or in your society. So आपके पास एक ओपिनियन है, बट वो ट्रू है या नहीं है, उसके पीछे कुछ फैक्ट्स हैं या नहीं है, दैट इज द मैटर ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशंस, राइट? सो अगर इस सपोज ये आ गई हमारे दिमाग में बात, तो और मोर जनरल टर्म्स यू कैन से like many times we say कि girls are like that, boys are like that, है ना? तो ये सारी चीजें भी हम बोलते हैं. और so all those things, these are the things that you have observed, that you have learned, that you have like someone told you about these things. So आपका एक सोचने का तरीका है, और यह परसीव करने का एक तरीका आपका बन जाता है, right? Then is it true or not? That we have to find out, because we may be biased. Yeah, means if I am from Delhi, or you are from Mumbai, or you are from Rajasthan, so you have some kind of like biases towards that culture, that place, है ना? Because you have spent a lot of time there. So आपको वो चीजें आप biased हो सकते हो. तो without being biased, we have to find out the answers of the questions that we have. So इस सारे प्रोसेस को कि सिस्टमैटिकली फैक्ट बेस्ड जो इंफॉर्मेशन हम कैसे कलेक्ट करेंगे, कैसे हम एक कंक्लूजन पे पहुंचेंगे कि वट एवर आई एम थिंकिंग और आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट इज राइट और नॉट. सो दैट इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ रिसर्च methodology. जैसे like methodology means the method, you have to devise a method so that you can study something ऑब्जेक्टिवली. आपको ऑब्जेक्टिवली और सब्जेक्टिव और ऑब्जेक्टिव का मतलब समझ में आ रहा है? एनीबॉडी? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड सब्जेक्टिव? सब्जेक्टिव मींस you are involving your own perception, yeah, means you are becoming biased, right? And then objective means whatever we are talking about is based on facts. You have certain facts, on that basis you are saying something. So research provides you that facts, that like authentic methods to find out the answer of certain questions, right? And तो ये प्रोसेस जो होता है इसको हम रिसर्च बोलते हैं. Otherwise वो biases है, prejudice है, that kind of stereotype है, so that kind of things are there. So but they are right or not, we don't know. So first thing that we will discuss today, because this is the first class, is meaning of the research. Almost we talked about purpose of the research and the dimensions of the research, right? So meaning of the research means research that phenomena is already existing. Whatever abhi jo humne baat kiya, suppose another example we can take. Usually I take that example like IQ is related to academic achievement or not. So that is our question. So yes, like we know that there is some relationship between IQ and academic performance. So but we want to see, is it true or not? So we will take one variable IQ, other variable is achievement, and then we'll try to search. So we, and that is already existing in the phenomena, in the environment, right? So we are, what we are doing, we are not doing something new. It is research. We are researching it. That is why we call it research. And then re-examine. Re-examine means, suppose, yes, Tejas, you said it, what, like, I think you messaged me. Yes, basically validating existing information. If no, yes, it is validating existing information, right? So re-examine means you can re-examine it. Suppose someone has done found out the relationship between IQ and academic achievement, and you can re-examine it. If someone is saying, let's talk about example. Suppose we know that hydrogen, two molecule plus oxygen one molecule, that creates the H2O, water. So in a certain temperature, in a certain situation, in a certain context, right? So you can repeat it again and again, and you will get the similar results. That is the re-examine. Investigate, and we find out, we investigate why this happened, at what temperature it will happen, and how it will happen. That kind of things we investigate. To test, we are testing also, whatever the other person is like saying or they have found in their studies, is it right or not? Suppose someone has done some study on academic achievement and IQ relationships in USA, right? United States, and other one has done the same in Germany. And now you want to see if, is that relationship is existing in Indian context also, or maybe we can say different states of India, because we have different cultures, we have different kind of like environment. So that we have to find out. And then so we can test it, and then we inquire. We want to inquire here. Inquiry here. This is the inquiry. We try to inquire what is happening, how it is happening, and can we re-applicate it. So the thing is, in the context of the research, like दो दो तीन चीजें जो important हैं, that is what, कि भाई क्या है, क्या आप रिसर्च करना चाहते हैं, है ना? And why you want to research, because that's must have some you can say reason, that has some validity. If you're doing something that is already existing, or that is, and there is no use of doing that research, so investing money and time in that topic, in that area, is waste of time, right? And money. So that we can know what we are doing, why we are doing, and how we will do. These are the three questions that that is in the center of research. So whenever, even in our life also, if you are doing something in your life, you have some like goals or targets, or you want to achieve something, so you should know कि आप क्या करना चाहते हैं, क्यों करना चाहते हैं, and कैसे आप करेंगे. If you have these answer of these three questions, like there are high probability that you will reach your goal, or you can plan your journey. So that research is all about those things, right? So it is an art of scientific investigation because it requires skills. That is why it is art. And scientific investigation because it follows certain rules, certain methods, certain steps, and that without that you cannot say that your research is a good research. So the key element are empiricism. Empiricism means your objectivity, like based on the facts, and determination, like you try to determine what is happening and why it is happening. And skepticism means like you are very skeptical, you are very critical about certain things, why these things are happening, whatever I am thinking, whatever I'm writing, whatever my findings are, they are right or not. So all those things is the part of research. Basic elements of the scientific methods are empiricism, uh, means, already I told you, but again, I'll read for you, and then if something new is there, will discuss. Means that inquiry is conducted through observation and knowledge is verified through evidences. Yani everything is based on the evidences, facts. It is not we are assuming something, right? So determinism is means that event occur according to regular law and causes. The goal of research to discover then why these things are happening, right? So that is determinism, like we are determining something. And skepticism means that any proposition is open to analysis and critical investigation. Yani we are very critical about it. Anybody can challenge that. Anybody can find some fault or they can criticize also, so that you can improvise or other person can improvise. Suppose you have done certain research in certain area and in similar way and with some different like methods or some on some different variables, I want to do the same thing. So that is what आपका skepticism is. We are very skeptical. Whatever we are getting, whatever we are having is a right thing or not, right? So that we have to be very careful about. Then meaning of the research, in short, is a voyage of discovery. It is a journey, like we try to find out something, right? And analytical, explorative attitude. We should have analytical and explorative. We have to explore, we have to analyze the things. जो भी चीजें हमारे पास हैं उनको एनालाइज करते हैं, जो भी हमारा टॉपिक है एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश करते हैं. वी आर ओपन बिकॉज सपोज हमने कुछ सोचा, दैट मे बी वन थिंग एंड मे बी व्हेन यू आर रिसर्चिंग इट यू विल गेट समथिंग एल्स, राइट? सो एक बहुत सारी स्टडीज ऐसे होती हैं कि रिसर्चर्स जो हैं वो कुछ और स्टडी कर रहे थे. लाइक मुझे एग्जैक्टली तो नहीं याद है, आप में से किसी को याद होगा तो आप बताना कि अभी कुछ ऐसा होता है जिनको नोबेल प्राइज मिला था, लाइक दे फाउंड सम वायरस और बैक्टीरिया जो प्लास्टिक को खा जाता है, खत्म हो जाता है, समथिंग लाइक दैट. आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एग्जैक्टली. सो एंड दैट वाज द लाइक थिंग कि जो वो कुछ और रिसर्च कर रहे थे और ये चीज मिल गई. So that also happens. So we have to be open about everything. And experience, it is experience because you learn many things. Like when you do PhD or you will do your project work, like dissertations in MPhil also in final year. So that these are the things that is an experience. You become like involved in that research and you become more and more like experienced in that area. A method of critical thinking and careful critical inquiry is seeking facts of the principle underlying behavior. So principles mean like why these things are happening. Something is happening. Like there are a lot of theories that is based on, most of the theories are based on the research. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा पावलोव, स्किनर, सुना है ना? तो पावलोव क्या, हाँ, so पावलोव का एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या था? और
क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग.
तो क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग क्या होती है? क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था उन्होंने? What he has done?
He was testing a dog.
With the bell. जब when the
Stimulus and response. Stimulus and response.
हाँ, ठीक है. So you have that idea, right? So that is a research, and based on that research, he discovered that like there is a thing, like if two things happens together, so there is some conditioning. He called it as a classical conditioning. अगर हम पावलोव की बात करें, स्किनर की बात करें, तो he discovered the like he has given the term operational conditioning, right? कि अगर कोई पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव रीइंफोर्समेंट आ रहा है तो बिहेवियर के चांसेस को इंक्रीज कर देता है ना? तो क्या हुआ? उन्होंने रिसर्च किया, रिसर्च के बेस पे थ्योरी आ गई. सो दैट इज द इंक्वायरी सीकिंग फैक्ट्स and principles underlying human behavior, why these things are happening. So he has given different reasons why these things are happening. right? Why this association is happening in classical conditioning, or why the likelihood of the behavior is increased when the reinforcement is contingent on behavior. So ये सारी चीजें is the part of research. मैंने example psychology की इसलिए ले रहा हूँ. There are other examples also, so that you can relate to these things. Then in short we can say it is systematized, यानी step by step effort to gain knowledge. अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि कैसे theories develop होते. A movement from the known to unknown, and whatever you know and whatever you don't know. So this is the process to know the unknown. Like recently, like ISRO has sent Chandrayaan 3 on moon surface on I think southern pole. So nobody knows what kind of temperature, what kind of things are there. So they have planned, they have studied the environment of the moon and how they will send that modular on moon surface. So they have planned each and everything carefully, and then they have said, so this is the process from known to unknown, whatever you know, and then when you get further information, then you become more aware. You are now, you are like, you know those things. So an activity caused by intrinsic instinct, sorry, it is an activity caused by instinct of inquisitiveness, कि जानने की इच्छा, to gain fresh insight कि कोई चीज हो रही है तो क्यों हो रही है, कैसे हो रही है, we are getting some new information. So that inquisitiveness is very important. If that is not there, you will not research, find answers to question or acquire knowledge. So you are trying to find out the answers and you are acquiring new knowledge. So that is what research is. The purpose of the research क्या होता है? What is the purpose of research? So purpose of research की अगर हम बात करें, क्यों करते हैं कुछ चीजें already अभी हमने डिस्कस की है ना. That is one is objective purpose of the objective or purpose of research based on the underlying purposes or objective research. Objective research studies can be categorized into in these types of, like there are different types. So depending on your objective or purpose, your like research can be categorized actually. So purpose of the research is to gain new knowledge. Already we have discussed number one. Number two, explore new things. Number one, to know the existing phenomena, you can say, or to know the cause and effect relationship between two things. So these are the different reasons. I know you can say like research is not like getting PhD. PhD is the process that where you learn something new, or doing MPhil is the process. To complete that process, you have to do that certain dissertation or research. So, but the real purpose is if you want to understand the existing phenomena, exploring new things, and finding or solving some problems. Suppose let's take another example of COVID-19. When COVID-19 was there, then there was no started and there was no vaccine was there, right? So जब vaccine नहीं थी तो हमें पता नहीं था क्यों है, तो हमारी प्रॉब्लम क्या होगी, वैक्सीन नहीं है और इसको कैसे रोका जाए कोविड को. So scientists and organizations, they started exploring and finding out the vaccine. So for vaccine, they had to understand the virus. So they tried to understand the virus. They started studying those virus, how the virus is changing, how they work. And when they know how that virus is attacking on human body, so then they can create some vaccine for the same. So that is the problem solving. So we are solving certain problems related to the society by doing these kind of research, right? So ये different purposes हो सकते हैं. And first type of research is exploratory or formative research studies, like the phenomena that you don't know. So you explore, just explore. You don't have tool. Suppose, like as I said, IQ and academic achievement. So you have nowadays you have the tool for IQ assessment and academic achievement assessment के लिए भी है भाई आप उसके grades percentile percentage whatever it is you can check. So similarly, but there may be some other thing जो जिसका कोई टूल नहीं है कुछ भी नहीं है so you will observe that you want to explore the things. So whatever you observe, you write it down, you try to find out something relationship, is there some relationship, is some patterns are there so that you can understand that phenomenon. So that kind of research is exploratory research. Right? Suppose आप ऐसे क्या समझ सकते हैं कि आप ये कहें कि I want to understand the concept of God. That is totally abstract. Everyone has different kind of like connotation related to God. Meaning अलग-अलग हो सकता है. And you want to understand how people from different religions they like perceive God or define God. So because you don't have any existing thing, so then you will go for exploratory research. And you are exploring, trying to understand what is the phenomena and what are the basic ingredient of those phenomena, right? And then descriptive research, where you describe only what is happening, you are describing, that is a descriptive research, and you are just observing and noting it down. Hypothesis testing research studies that usually we do only in initial stages. Hypothesis in the you have certain problem, you try to find out literature to that problem, and then you devise a research and formulate a hypothesis. We'll do that in detail in further units. And then you try to test whatever the difference, whatever the relationship you are trying to see between two variables, or they are like significant or not, that you test using parametric and non-parametric tests. You test hypothesis. So diagnostic research studies that you will do in your clinical settings. The diagnostic research studies can suppose depression has, so why depression is happening, or clinical anxiety hai, or any adjustment issues hai, so that kind of diagnostic research studies are there. So जहाँ पे हम ये find out करने की कोशिश करते हैं कि क्या जो problem है उसके reasons क्या हो सकते हैं, why that problem is happening, all those things we discuss in that, right? Purpose of the exploratory, same thing is given there. I already told you. So exploratory and formulative research aim to gain familiarity with the phenomena or to achieve new insight into it, जिनके बारे में हमें नहीं पता होता है. Descriptive research studies aim to describe accurately the characteristics of a particular individual, situation, or group. So you only describe, as already told you. Hypothesis testing research aim to test the hypothesis of causal relationship between different variables of interest. तो उनके बीच में क्या relationship है दो variables में, null hypothesis बनाते हैं, alternate hypothesis बनाते हैं. मैं ये words इसलिए use कर रहा हूँ because आपने कुछ ना कुछ थोड़ा सा पढ़ रखा है already, because every university has the one paper on research and stat. Diagnostic stage, the aim to arrive at clear diagnosis. क्यों हो रहा है? Determine the frequency with which something occurs. Determine the particular phenomena is associated with something else. तो क्या हो रहा है, डिप्रेशन हो रहा है तो उसमें मूड कितना खराब रहता है, काम कर पाता है नहीं कर पाता है, क्या क्या चीजें होती हैं, all those things that we study in that. Then next thing is motives underlying research. A researcher may conduct a research for several motives, such as curiosity, already we have discussed inquisitiveness and curiosity. Intellectual stimulation, because there are people that they want to explore, they want to know more. And so that is also one thing people are very interested in doing some work because they are intellectually stimulated. होता है ना कि आपको सुडोकू सॉल्व करना है, आपको कुछ मिल तो नहीं रहा है उसमें, है ना, लेकिन आप बैठे हैं लेके या कोई गेम खेल रहे हैं उसमें आपको मजा आ रहा है, चेस खेल रहे हैं आप सुबह से शाम तक खेल रहे हैं, बिकॉज यू आर इंटेलेक्चुअली स्टिमुलेटेड, बिकॉज यू वांट टू चैलेंज योरसेल्फ, यू वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड फिनोमेना. तो better services to society, already we talked about, like just like COVID, or devising some new therapy for depression or something. So all those things are like providing better services to the society basically. Researchers may conduct a research, understand the causal relationship, again relationship समझना कि क्या cause and effect क्या हो रहा है, better understanding of the phenomena, and gain the respect and honor. That is also because that is why these awards like Nobel Prize and other kind of scientific awards, or publishing papers in reputed journals like Nature and all. There are a lot of journals, so that also you get from research.